Welcome everyone to another Saturday stream of Overload. It is only me today. Considering it's Labor Day weekend, pretty much everyone went to hang out with their families except me. But I'm glad to be here. Glad to join you all here in Twitch, YouTube, Discord, wherever you're watching from. Welcome everybody. More volume. I can't do more volume. I have to lean into the mic if I want to do that. Actually, I guess I could move the mic a little bit closer. I'm going to keep the tunes on for right now because I'm going to do a little bit of a PAX rundown, go through the trailer that we recently dropped this week. Alright, you know what? I don't know what's going on with this thing. I'll just yell louder. Or just do this. Alright. Or I'll just turn down the music even more so that you can actually hear me over anything else. You know what, let's just turn the music off then if it's going to be hard to hear me. We're figuring this out as we go. Alright, so it's a very special weekend. It's PAX weekend, and we are there showing off Overload along with the other PAX 10 chosen, as it were. Let's go right on over to that, shall we? We traveled here. So there we are. It's us, Overload. Well, not that one. Above that. That's Pizza Titan Ultra. So we made the PAX 10. They chose us along with 9 other indie titles to represent ourselves and our games over at PAX. You can find us if you are actually there this weekend. I actually had to do some research on this because I need to tweet about it at some point. But you can find us over on level 6, apparently. I don't know where that is. And then over in this little PAX 10 area. Woo! We're all lined up, all on display. I think we're across from some like NVIDIA stuff. Because Luke was posting about that on Twitter. Let's go ahead and check out a couple things. Right now, nobody from PAX actually showed me any videos yet, so hopefully next week we'll get some more, behind the scenes, maybe cut something together, and show that off, maybe get like a trailer kind of thing going on. But right now, there it is, there's our booth. This is from Luke's Twitter. If you're not following him, it's Radiant Games. And let's see, we got a slightly closer picture of the setup. I think that's Matt back there plugging things in, which isn't a great picture anyway, but it's kind of funny. Here's a bigger picture. Yeah, I think PAX probably provided all the curtains, but we've got our nice little cool banner thing. So this is a little better picture showing off the setup we got. And if you notice, we're actually showing off Xbox One and PS4. I don't think we even brought a PC version to PAX, so we're exclusively showing off console at PAX, which is pretty hype. We still don't have a solid release date. It's kind of just whenever both consoles tell us we can release on their platforms, but they're both obviously ready to show off, so soon. I know we've been saying soon for forever now, but that's if that's the answer I got, that's the answer I'm gonna give. We also tweeted about this last night. If you missed us, and I saw this rolling around the Discord as well, we were on stream. There's Matt. Look at that. He's up there with a bunch of other people that I've never met and don't know at all. I'll play just a little bit of this. You get an idea of what this panel was all about.
This panel is your opportunity to
I'll let Matt introduce himself, and then we'll move on.
Some of the amazing games we have in this year's PAX 10. I will go ahead and get the ball rolling, but as soon as you feel you have a good question, get right on up at that mic. So let's just start with introductions. So your name,
Did that thing.
your company, your game, how big your team size is, and how long you've been in dev.
Okay.
Can you remember all that? We'll just start immediately here.
My name is Matt Toshlog. I'm from Revival Productions, and we're showing Overload, which is the spiritual successor to Descent, as we say. Our team was about 6-7 people. We added some testers at the end. And I've been in game dev for 32 years.
How long was the game in dev?
Oh, this game?
Yeah.
This game was in dev for like 3 to 4, depending on what you count.
Okay.
My name is Mark.
All right, so that's Matt introducing himself. If you've never caught Matt, he was on the 24-hour live stream when we launched, or 12-hour, not 24-hour. We didn't quite make it that long, but he was on the 12-hour live stream when we launched. He actually worked most of this project remotely, so it's always cool to actually see him interact with people, because we don't actually get to see him that often, although we interact with him plenty. So throughout this panel, they just get asked a bunch of questions. There's been a lot of kind of downer questions too throughout this. There's some like, what's the worst project you've ever worked on? It's like, man, what are you guys doing this downer questions for? Yeah, so PDX Geek also came up there and asked a question about why we were using Amazon Web Services, which Matt was absolutely not the, let's just say, correct person to ask that question to. You can listen to Matt's answer. He was just like, well, we sort of just let our network guy decide, which is kind of true, but that doesn't really answer the question. I could give you my answer, because I know we get this asked a lot, why we decided to do servers instead of dedicated hosting or peer-to-peer. The biggest thing, and these are my words, these aren't Matt's words, so if he ever comes up with a better answer for this, by all means listen to him. He's higher up than I am. But my answer to that would be, we knew Overload was going to have a smaller player base, and we didn't want to have people going through a bunch of extra steps to actually connect to a game. We wanted to make sure everyone had sort of a more streamlined way of getting into a game. I know I've come across as kind of harsh saying this before, but it's 2018 and nobody uses peer-to-peer anymore, because that's just not how it works. And so that's sort of the mindset we went to. As we have been released, because PDX actually came out and said, like, why not a peer-to-peer service? Honestly, it almost doesn't matter which server we used. I'm sure we'd get the same question, or like server hosting people. Amazon's been alright too. We've been able to like reboot servers and stuff as they've had issues, which hopefully they've been having less issues with recently. But they've been overall pretty easy to work with. And yeah, the biggest thing was to not fragment the user base. So every time somebody's like, just add another queue and something, like, we kind of, I don't know. I guess that's just been the biggest thing. And I hope that's sort of a nice answer, without really saying too much either way. Yeah, no. Everyone wants peer-to-peer now. We sort of didn't anticipate that at the start, but of course it's going to have limited locations. Most games actually only have like one location. Alright, let's move on to our PS4 trailer. I'm just going to play it all the way out. Don't tell me that. Because this is a pretty hype trailer. like that trailer, actually. I need to ask, like, Luke where he found that music. Alright, let's get that out of here. Because, I don't know where he found that music. I'll definitely ask Luke about it, because that's, like, a real hype thing. He actually threw together that entire trailer. So, when he gets back from PAX, I'll give him a question about that music, and if we could, get it. Yeah. John was saying he actually just scatted that whole thing. That was all vocals. No, I don't know where he got that from. But he did a really good job of making it super hype too. I don't know if he made it. Maybe he did. I don't want to give credit before I actually know where that track came from. I actually am not entirely sure who made the first trailer's music either. So I'll ask him about that. We'll get an answer for you guys by next stream. Alright, and that also leads us to our weekly challenge tournament, which is now in its finals. We got Sirius against Phyrexy. We've gone through the gauntlet. Round 1 was a handful of 2-0s, but Terminal and Astro tied like 3 times, and then finally it actually came out with Terminal in the lead. A lot of these were actually pretty close games despite the 2-0s. I know a lot of people also played out their third game just to, play a third game, which was really cool. Although I still marked them as 2-0s in this just for competitive standings purposes. Let's see. So, Sirius, Phyrexy got to play out their last game. If either of you guys are streaming it, we can host you guys as well at the conclusion of this stream or whenever you guys are going to do it. We could probably also tweet about it. That'd be pretty cool. Anyway, so that's about the happenings that's going on in Overload this week with PAX and everything. If anyone's got any more questions, just shoot them at me at any point in the stream. Yeah, I am interested in what Luke would have to say about PDX's question, because Luke was one of the biggest spearheaders of all of that, or one of the guys that worked more intensively on the network code. Matt was generally disconnected from that, which is why he wouldn't have had that good of an answer. Are we planning on a campaign DLC? Unlikely. Which will lead me into my next point, which is that the level editor contest concludes next Sunday. So get your level submissions in then. If we do have single player submissions, those could be considered campaign DLC, because they would be in the full version of the game, included in the DLC itself. I was, Miasmic, actually about to play a couple levels on stream today, just from a couple that I picked up throughout the week, but I don't know that I actually picked up any of yours, Miasmic, unfortunately. Let's hop right into game then. I'm gonna hop in and actually play through a couple of these challenge mode levels. So where did I pick up? So earlier on this week, I just went through the level publishing channel and picked up a couple of these. Let me show off where that is as well. If you're new to the Discord, welcome. I noticed we've had a handful of people join actually just last night, which is sweet. Hopefully the PAX hype is getting all you guys. If you scroll down a little bit, so we've got a few sections. The top one, ignore that moderator one, that's only for me. But the top 3, we got a weekly challenge every week, which is what I was just discussing, which was the tournament. And we will announce next week's challenge at the end of this stream. So we've got a ton of active members. Actually, I'm not going to check the number right now, but I think we've got over 1,000 at this point, which is awesome. We've got this channel right here, which, Shows off where we are right now. If you want to interact with us during the stream, I'm in YouTube chat, I'm in Twitch chat, and I'm looking at this Discord. And going on to my next point, we've got an overload editor section, which contains a bunch of stuff about the editor. So the general is very good for a lot of people doing questions. I see Obi-Wan, you've already found your way over there. If you go down to the editor contest, check the pin message. We have all of the rules and stuff up at the top. So next Sunday, September 9th, is when we're going to have submissions in. So if you've been working on a level for a while, if you've got a single player challenge mode level that you want to submit, go on down to contest submissions. Miasmic's already submitted a few of his. I've played a bunch of them. I really like the verticality in all of them. I think of the three, I'm tempted to say Turnstile's my favorite, but I'm not entirely sure. I need to play through a little bit more. However, so earlier this week, I went to Level Publishing, which is where if you do want to play some user-generated levels, or created levels, not generated, because you guys put a lot of effort into these and didn't just hit a button and they appeared. So Level Publishing is where we sort of officially endorse placing your levels until we do like workshop support or anything, which we may or may not do down the line. I'm still trying to pester Matt about that, but you know, there's still console that's on the plate. There's submission and stuff that's going on. So if you go through here, a handful of people have submitted levels. Actually, a ton of people have submitted levels. We've also said if you can't just upload it, what should you do? Oh yeah, GameMaps.com. So earlier this week I grabbed a few of them. I think I grabbed Cold Fusion, which he later updated down here. I have grabbed Sigma Station, and I also grabbed Manifold, which you will find in-game right here. Oh yeah, hi, I'm Bammer. if you didn't figure that out. World famous, world renowned. So I'm gonna go to Countdown and just play these on a higher level. Let's start with Cold Fusion. I'll just play one round of each of these real quick just to show off a little bit of what the community has to offer. I don't usually mess with my secondaries. Usually have enough like missiles to get me through whatever I need to get through. I actually really liked Cold Fusion. I think it's a really unique idea to have two super large areas with like two entrances into them. I like the ground and ceiling decals too, or textures rather, because I think they, I don't know, a handful of levels, and I'll touch on this in one of these later levels where I have an opinion on it. I'm gonna try to be as constructively, or offer constructive criticism. I didn't know where I was going with that. Oh hey, we playing with the cheating invisible thing on. Ah. But for some reason my keyboard sticks sometimes still. Tried fixing it. I haven't tried that hard, but I've tried. See if I can get through all of this level. Woo! Yeah, I think one of the questions in that panel was how many of you guys used Unity, and every single one of them actually was like, yeah, we used Unity. I think our game really doesn't look like a Unity game. I mean, you can interpret that however you want, but I know a lot of indie devs. Oh, I forgot about those doors. I know a lot of indie devs sort of stick to sort of more basic shaders, which is totally fine, and it really gives off a certain sense of style to it. But one of the biggest features of Overload, if you haven't noticed us talking about it pretty much all of the time, I'm actually bad at this game, but I'm also trying to concentrate on everything. But we've definitely done a big focus in like lighting and how we want the game to look. It definitely has its own style and its own feel. I need to launch that. Yeah, I did. We're right next to what's that game called? Mirror Drop. You know, I could be playing less recklessly right now, but I'm just not gonna. Ah! I got lost. Oh my god, I got lost. Alright. Alright. That was a reaper. Alright, so that was Cold Fusion. Let's go check out some other levels. We got Manifold, which I think is an awesome level, but this is where I was gonna talk about the floor decals. So I like these angled ones, or when they're at an angle, I like them. But when it's like the solid floor, let me get rid of this guy real quick here. When it's solid floor, it sometimes confuses me to have such a flat surface as the ground. That's my personal opinion on the matter. I don't know if anyone else agrees with me, but that's my sort of level feedback to this. There's so many golems! But it definitely, like, I don't know, sometimes, especially in these darker areas, I'll sometimes end up flying down to it and be like, oh wait, never mind, there's actually a floor here. I thought I could have flown through that. I like them as walls, but not as much as floors, is basically all I'm trying to say in so many words. Yeah, that's true, I could just play like this, and then that's, yeah, alright, there we go. I didn't mean to launch that. This is what I get for trying to read chat and play this game. Which is just gonna keep happening. That's gonna be my excuse for why I'm bad at this game right now. But I actually really like the verticality of this level. I think it flows really well. And I really like all the decals that are placed around. It really gives a lot of life to this facility. It is a little big, and I've noticed a lot of custom maps are a lot bigger than things that Luke would have made. That's also fine. It's hard to stop. And also, if you're trying to make an impression, I get why you would want to make it a larger map, too. Some of them are a little too large. I think this one, like, is the perfect size for a large map. You don't get a whole lot of lack of action going on. It gives you just enough time to sort of recover, pick up some pickups, and then move on. Yeah, I'm sure getting a texture lined up on a not flat floor would be a pain in the ass, but I mean, I'm not saying it's necessarily bad either, and I'm not saying every single floor needs it. I just think some of the darker areas could use some sort of indication that there is a floor there. Like, this is super obvious that there's a ground here that I can't go through, but something like that almost looks like there could be a gap there. The angled walls and this floor is pretty fine. I don't know if anyone else agrees with me in chat, but I don't know who's, well, I'll be one of the panels of people voting on these custom maps, I guess. Alright. So that was Manifold from Oberon, who is in chat. And then let's head over to Sigma Station. I'm doing it on Hotshot again just so that I die because I'm half distracted. This one was from Unit. Oh, and let me, what was it? Tarkisius was the, Cold Fusion map maker. Alright. This one was a really interesting map too by Unit. This is definitely one of the smaller user-created maps that we've seen. It's, I think the first impression I got was it's super claustrophobic, which is good. This is kind of a silly thing you got here, where this actually pushes you a little bit. Get out of here, Scorpion! Alright. I think this is like a really cool test of skill too, so it's like you run through these tunnels to get away from things, pop up somewhere else, flank them all. I think this would make a really good multiplayer map too, which we'll see what we can do about all of that. He's also got a security door in here, which doesn't do anything, I assume, unless I am mistaken and there is a way to open that, but I don't think there is one. I also really like the ice caves indicating that you're below the level, and then the regular caves indicating that you're above it. I think that's a really neat touch. And this one flows really well too. It's a lot less verticality aside from like escaping. That's fine too. I don't know that that acceleration tunnel is necessarily needed. But I guess it does cut off a little bit of the map too. How are we looking at getting multiplayer levels? Or custom multiplayer levels? It's hard for me to say. There's a whole lot of like weird priorities now that console's pretty much done. It's kind of on what Matt, Mike, and Luke are able to do with their time that we have now, which I guess we got none but time. But I know Luke is really trying to go back to doing some Radiant Game stuff, if you haven't checked him out. As I had said at the top of the stream, Radiant Games is his Twitter handle. He does a lot of mobile stuff. Woo! I think a lot to critical acclaim. As you would expect. So I have to check that out too, actually. Yeah, overall though, I really like this level. I think it's got, like, a very good flow. Which is what I look for a lot in the levels. Even if they don't always look super interesting, I think if they've got a super interesting flow to them, that's what's more inclined for me to actually, like, you know, have fun playing the level. There's a lot of tight corridors here. A lot of strong bots spawning. I like the pools you use. Yeah. I think we'll find out a lot more after this level editor contest is over as well in what our status of multiplayer custom levels are. I also know that if we do end up doing peer-to-peer dedicated servers, that's the wrong way. We'd be much more inclined to support user-created multiplayer, just because then we don't have to worry about getting them on a server. We can just have them be shared however. But we'll see. don't want to promise anything right now. You know how it goes. Oh my god, there's a clump of guys there. So that's interesting that there was such a large clump of bots there. I wonder what made him do that. Oh, I see. That's not a way up. Yeah, I know there's a lot of interesting priorities, and we are talking about it doing another PC patch concurrent with the console release, which was what sparked the oh yeah, I should have used that. Which was sort of what sparked the the discussion in the Discord that I was talking about, probably looking at some multiplayer nerfs. And well, largely for hit scan weapons, because I know that's been a large focus of memes and such with the community. But yeah, I agree. It would be really nice to actually have support for that. I mean, you know how it is, you know how large this company is and how many people we've actually got. I think energy, well, I still like the Cyclone. We can have discussions on it, especially with Luke. I guess more internally. We'll figure that out. Well, that's sort of what this level editor contest is about. You guys are working on levels for us. Let's see. Where do I want to go? Where do we go? I usually like doing more of a default setting one. Let's go to Hive for a default setting one. We'll do 10 minutes. We'll do 40. Yeah, reflex damage, definitely, I agree with. Because it's pretty much a useless primary right now. Alright, custom loadouts, custom modifiers, off. And yeah, let's go to Hive. We haven't gone to Hive as a group for a little bit. CR. Oh, yeah, that was what we ended on last week. PAX hype. See the password up here. If anyone's in here, go to private match, join match. PAX hype is the password. No space, all lowercase, or no caps. No space, all lowercase. I did say the right thing the first. I think the Crusher is going to be a very difficult one to balance as well. Just because we've had it in a lot of different places so far, and it, like, if anybody played in the multiplayer beta, the Crusher went from being an incredibly overpowered weapon to a slightly underpowered right now, depending on who you ask. So that's a delicate balance to have on that one. But yeah, the beta version was just insane. And I'm less tempted to touch the Crusher because that's sort of what happened with the Flak as well, where the Flak was supremely underpowered in beta, and then we determined it needed a buff for launch, and we may have overtuned it. I don't want to necessarily put words in anyone's mouth either about how we feel on the balance, because technically I'm not on the balance team, as it were. But I guess we all contribute to this, and I think we all play the game enough. Well, at least us testers play the game a lot to have an opinion on it. let's go. Driller Cyclone. I mean, I rock with that flak too, you know. That's my secondary one though. I don't usually bust it out unless I'm in last place, and then I just sort of prey on all of that. Got a handful of 100 ping players in here. Woo. Oh yeah, I meant to do creepers instead of Falcon for this. We'll get there. You know what, as I say, I'm not doing well in the challenge mode. I'll get their house here. Let's go. Come on. I can't focus on one person. There's too many people. Alright. I deserve that for not focusing on anyone. Yeah, my proposal, as well as most of your guys' proposals for flak nerfs, are just in its range, which I agree with. I'm about to get crushed. Nightmare out of nowhere with the Falcon, though. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Boy, I got a Devastator. And that's not what I needed. Alright. Use! Remote detonation blind. Oh man, I took a couple of creepers there. I don't know why I decided to start shooting you while you were still invincible. I also swear I play better on my home computer, alright? I'm gonna come up with more excuses. Also, I was up till 5 a.m. last night, alright? So I'm gonna keep coming up with excuses. Oh my god, somebody had a Devastator. I wasn't drinking, I got a part-time job. Cause I need money cause it doesn't grow on trees. Unfortunately. I don't want it. I stayed up 24 hours like maybe only twice in my life. Because there hasn't been that many. Oh my god, there's so many people. There hasn't been that many situations where I've needed to. And at some point, like, why do it if you don't need to? You know what I'm saying? Money doesn't grow on indie games, that's for sure. No, I just make myself go to bed if I need to reset a clock. Haha, there we go. Or I just like lay in bed and make myself wake up early. So I almost do like a 24-hour sort of thing, but it's mostly just like a get 4 hours of sleep to reset my clock kind of thing. More than it's a stay up 24 hours, you know? So I'd rather at least get some sleep. No sleep till I see 3 suns. Sorry. Right, we're not gonna quote rap lyrics here. So I don't know that you guys are the crowd for that. I don't know if you guys know Post Malone. If you guys don't know Yeet and or YOLO. Being one day off on your internal day clock isn't necessarily a horrible thing, but yeah, if you think it's like Tuesday when it's actually Saturday, that's probably a little bit more concerning. Where did that guy go? Oh my god. Okay. Alright. Is it good? I hear he like disses everybody. Need to look at it though. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Never lucky! The Cyclone is not on point right now. Can't get the leads as I need to. Alright, we traded. I'll take that trade. Actually, no, Iguana killed me. I was shooting over on. Slightly different there. Woo! I should have had you over on. I could have cornered you better. Could have had that. I assume there were people in there. That's the shooting. Oh my god. Oh, I was getting that lead too. I had that lined up that time. There we go. Let's do it. Once I like get a lock on the Cyclone, it feels real good. If I could like do a straight fleet with it. Alright, we got puddles there too. Alright, we're climbing back up a little bit. We're climbing back up. We're getting warmed up. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that we're trying to set up the voice. Okay, I thought someone was like right behind me, but I guess not. Alright, I guess I just wasted 2 vortices. Vortices. Ooh. Dude, I'll be a Cyclone user for life. I'm telling you. This is my jam. There we go. There we go. Okay. Ah, I thought I had that. I don't know that I'm going to be able to catch up with Astro at least, though. We'll see, though. Oh, I thought he was the one that died there. Nice. Somebody's behind me and also behind me. After I changed directions. Come on, get that lock. Ooh, I started getting that, too. That wasn't even who I was hitting. I'm colorblind. Those look blue. Yes. Actually, are these orbs purple? Like, I'm serious right now. Are these shield orbs purple? Or armor orbs? Because my entire time here, I've thought they were blue, so somebody tells me otherwise. Alright, alright. This wouldn't be the first time that I've been, like, absolutely wrong about something like that, though. And then I feel real dumb, even though there's literally nothing I can do about it, so. Okay, alright. Yeah, the vortex is purple. Alright. Alright. See, I like, actually know these things. It's just like sometimes I second guess myself. Yes. Alright, you remember that time I was like, hey, I'm gonna keep using the Cyclone, and then I started using the Driller instead? Alright. Woo. You know, middle of the pack, upper end of the middle of the pack, we'll take it. Well, we take those. Jeez, what is that ping? It probably was just like a disconnect at the last second, so the ping just spiked and then didn't go back down. Sometimes that'll happen. Let's do another one. Let's do some teams. I really like doing teams, and we only really get the chance to do it a lot on stream. We'll do another 10-minute. Where do we go? Where do we go? I think Backfire is one of the better team maps. I don't like Syrinx as much for teams. We could just do teams for the rest of the time. Oh yeah, Ronkley did post about the OTL recently. Astro, I was gonna bring up a 2v2 tournament, especially because this one actually went so well, and we got like a lot of entries, and the games actually all played out. Let's play Blizzard, even though this is like kind of a smaller map. We'll do one more no custom stuff on. You know, for the tunes. For the tunes. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, 2v2 tournament. So not this week, because I want to give people a chance to get teams together. But the following weekend, I'd like to do a 2v2 tournament in a similar way that we organized this one as a 1v1. I'll post about that as well in our Discord. All of these challenges are weekly Discord challenges. So I'll do an @everyone ping this time too, because I noticed a handful of people messaged the weekly challenge channel shortly after, and ideally we'll get a handful of people joining in because of the PAX hype, which is the perfect time to get a 2v2 tournament together. I mean, you know, whoever wants to. Alright, well then. I'm staying blue team, you know. Whoever wants to figure this out, I'm not gonna enforce any of this. Alright, that seems alright. We got 2 over 100 pings. You know, whatever. We've only got the blue versus orange. Ah. Alright. Alright, Lothar bye. Alright. See how it is. Hey, I got my pink hat on today. It's a diva hat. Not to get us even more confused with Overwatch. Okay. Oh yeah, we got friendly fire off this time as well. Just because, well, maybe we'll play with it on sometime. Orange because it's, you know, it's like the overload colors, you know? We got the orange overloading boom little icon thing, you know. It's more thematic. It makes more sense. Let's go. Banana thing. Whoop, whoop. Out of nowhere. Well, am I gonna? I think it's a good. Ooh. I was gonna wear my like Overwatch hat with just the Overwatch logo on it, but see, you shouldn't ever read YouTube comments. I don't know why I do. I mean, I guess I do because I am interested in the opinions of people about our game, but YouTube comments are just a whole nother. Ow. A whole nother world of ridiculous human beings. How the hell is he still alive over there? Also, who the hell got that? Probably not our team. Woo! How did I get Lothar by there? Red does not stand out more. I'm colorblind. Alright? I'm gonna keep bringing that up as an excuse as well. You know what? That's because I'm a boat anchor. Sometimes you are the boat anchor. Sometimes you're up against the boat anchors. Oh my god. Help me! We got the backup. Never mind. We got pinned down. Alright. Oh, we should absolutely encourage for the 2v2 tournament to use our Discord voice, especially because it's a Discord weekly challenge. Bam, bam. Maybe I'll make that a rule or something. That you have to use the Discord voice during the 2v2. No, dude. Alright. I'll take the blame for some of that because I had the most deaths of everyone, as I usually do. That's just how that goes, though. Alright. Let's do some more teams. I like teams. Let's do... You know what? We're gonna do some silly settings this time. I want a Lancer game. I want a Lancer. I'm gonna get the purple weapons going. I want a Lancer Vortex game. That's what I want. Do a Lancer. Get the Vortex. That's it. That's all you get. Yeah. Create match. Pew pew. No, I'm gonna do the time bomb for the Thunderbolt time bomb because we need a Thunderbolt time bomb one, you know. I'll probably put friendly fire on for that one too. We're already approaching an hour of the stream. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed putting up with me only being a solo cast this time. I know every single time I'm only a solo cast, we get one dislike on our YouTube views. So, you know, whatever, man. Whoever keeps disliking my videos, whatever, man. Oh yeah, I think I still need to do a thumbnail for last week's video. Well, I'll get those up Monday probably. Monday is gonna be... So I guess a lot of us took yesterday off, especially because a lot of people were going to PAX. Or I guess 2 people were going to PAX. Did we get them? Who joined instead of Obi-Wan? If anyone's been in here like a bunch of matches and would prefer not to play. Said it was gonna set up. No, we change it up. We change up the password every time. It's at the top of the screen right there. Pew pew. Pew pew. Pew pew pew. Only because we're using lancers, and that sort of makes a pew pew noise. Wait, I should not start match now. Hold on. We got people trying. Oh, we got Obi-Wan in here. Let's go. Alright, now we got room for one more. Oh, somebody else is joining too. Alright. Alright, sweet. Oh, we got Diamond Wolf in here. Let's do it. Hello, Diamond Wolf, the only person watching us on YouTube. Actually, no. We got a couple other people. We got Splat in here too. Purple. You know what, Diamond Wolf? Don't tell me what color Lancer and Vortex are. All right. You just kind of confused me, dude. Every single YouTube comment was like, "I thought this was a different game that started with the word over." I'm like, man, come on. Sorry. I don't mean it, YouTube commenters. I know you're just trying your best at, you know, life. I'm glad that we got so much hype on it too, though. We got a fair bit of dislikes from people that thought it was Overwatch or whatever, but you can please all the people some of the time. And some of the people all the time. But you can't please all the people all the time, you know. You know what I'm saying. I'm not really seeing anything weird. Lotarbot. I don't think I am. Oh! No, that was right. You can please all the people some of the time and some of the people all the time, but you can't please all the people all the time. I just said it very delayed because I'm still very tired. Whatever, man. Also, I'm really trying to concentrate on aiming here. Get out of my way. Where's everybody? Ow. I'm glad this game we don't have a friendly fire on though. Next game is going to be a little bit of a mess. You guys are going to hear me clicking very violently with this one because the mic is pretty close to my mouse. I think it was 17 years that Matt was saying, maybe 19 years. Let's go. Oh yeah, we don't talk about what happened the first time that we put that trailer up. Okay, we could talk about it. We accidentally posted one that said available now, or gave them one that said available now. When in fact, I don't know if you know this, but it's not available now on the PS4. So we uploaded a new one that says coming soon, and that's the one that we watched at the top of the stream. It's back with the same "I thought this was Overlord" comments. Yeah, I went there. It was not Overwatch this time. It was Overlord, which is an anime that I've never watched, but apparently people like it. It was also a video game that I never played. That was about like minions or whatever. I mean, not the yellow ones. You know, there's like other ones. Iguana, that's something we're gonna have to evaluate, depending on submission. I don't necessarily want to say too much on whether or not they're gonna be concurrent releases because, well, we'll find out if they're gonna be concurrent releases. And I don't want to make either one hate us one way or another based on our reasoning for it. So I think the goal is to get them released concurrently, but we'll see what happens. Let's go. Dude, I'm on it this game. Let's go, dude. I like the Lancer. Sorry, Obi-Wan. I was gonna say, why do we have like so many Star Wars referenced players? Well, I guess we've only got 2. And by we, I mean Descent. But, you know. Dude, I gotta do it. I gotta do it to him. Every time I'm, like, testing the Lancer, the Crusher, everyone, like, hates me because all of these mice just are very loud clicks. I don't know. I mean, I blame Mike for that one. He's the one that got the hardware, so... Woo! That one went better. That one went better. Flogging, you gonna pick it up on a console? Ah, Tark. Okay. Alright. Let's do we'll do a Thunderbolt Time Bomb and then see how people are feeling about wanting to do any more. Or I guess see how I'm feeling about wanting to do one more. We're gonna do a roundabout because we usually play it on Foundry, but I'm gonna mix it up this week. Advanced settings. Dude, you should get PS4. PS Plus is coming out with some real good games this week. Or, I guess, is it this week at this point? Can I say that? Probably. I don't want those, and I do want Time Bomb Thunderbolt. Let's go. I mean, that's fair. I think one of Matt's answers to a question. We on it. We here. We live. One of Matt's answers to the question. One of them was like, "What's the thing you dislike most about your game, or like the development of your game?" Which is just a clown question, bro. But Matt's answer was, "My least favorite part is that we're not named Descent." I thought that was pretty funny. Oh yeah, Supers isn't. Yeah, that's fair. Hey, whatever, man. You guys got a Plat 3 on your team. Also, I'm bad. If anybody else wants to switch it. We overload name Descent, yeah. I mean, yeah. You what? Yeah, it is unfortunate that that it is complicated. I don't know, man. That's been a thing since before I came onto the project, so I can basically only speculate as well too on how that all came about. Oh shit. Oh wait, never mind, okay. Sorry, that was a very loud exclamation of that. I thought I just killed my own teammate though. But I don't believe I did. Alright, team, you got that. Where we made the ultimate... Wait, what do we call it? The ultimate zero gravity shooter? Yeah. Oh yeah, I noticed on Twitter a handful of you guys already got your collector's editions. Been retweeting that whenever I see it. Oh my god. Alright, we got there. Oh! I like this mode. It creates a whole lot of oh. Yeah, I know we never actually went back to that slogan contest that we did forever ago. Maybe next week on stream we can sort of revisit that just to see. Because we kind of just ignored everything and just went with the slogan that we came up with on our own. But you know, we appreciated the submission. Some were more troll than others, but that's fair too. I don't want to shoot my own teammates, so I'm gonna let them deal with that. Never mind. Sorry, Devin Wolf. Descent Underground's now just called Descent, right? Ooh, I thought I could get beyond that. Yeah, but they own the name or whatever. I don't know. I you know, in a perfect world, I'd like both games to succeed as well. And I know we've had this discussion a handful of times throughout development, where it's not so much an us versus them as much as it's we just want more sixth offs out there. So why can't we be friends? It's okay, Iguana. Just don't let it happen again. Alright, we got there. We're all gonna die now. It's behind you. Ah! Alright, I'm dead. Yep. Hey, you know what? I got that anyway. Oh, was that like a weird delay to respawn because... Come on. Don't hit me. Ugh. Yeah, there we go. Takes a little while to get used to this time bomb's radius. I think I figured it out a fair bit. We're just gonna launch that over there. Ships that fly underground. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, we're getting weird server thing. Yeah. Alright, go on. We gotta. Whoa. Oh, is that just me? Did I lose connection? I don't know. I just got disconnected from Steam 2. Are we good? Are we back? Are we in here? Hello? Odd. Yeah, I noticed the stream lagged a little bit there too. I don't know what was up with that. Juana, you in Champagne? Are we getting a lag spike here? What's going on? That's weird. Oh, well, whatever. It looks like we're back. OBS says we're green now, which is good. Yes! Sometimes we get some weird ping spikes in this building. Wonder if anyone else is getting that too. That's alright. Maybe we'll just end the stream after this game then, just in case for some reason the building's internet goes down. Since we're sort of at the whim of whoever this building pays for internet. Yeah, come on, get back here. No, that wasn't Iguana. That was someone else. Damn it. There we go. Let's clean it. Oh my god. Okay, good. For the 2v2 tournament, would you guys want friendly fire or offer on? Yeah. Oh god. Ah, jeez. Alright. Yeah, if you go to playoverload.com as well, if you want to share the Discord link, we've got a little icon in the top right, which is where a handful of people have found us. I thought that was hilarious that those t-shirt guys found us from, like, our website on Discord, which, like, who goes to Discord to contact the company? But I guess, you know, they were right to. Stream's down. Alright. Oh, is the YouTube stream down, but the Twitch one's up? Alright. Are we down on that? What's going on here? Why did that happen? Alright, no friendly fire, that's fine. Yeah, but it's not like hyper competitive, you know? It's still just us having fun in the Discord. Most of the weekly Discord challenges haven't been like ultra competitive. Alright, alright. We don't have to have it. Well, alright. We'll figure it out as the time comes. We've got a whole week to figure all of that out. I'm gonna hop to out of game right now and hang out with you guys like this. So, let's see. See, that's what I'm saying. And if we got voice communications too, you can at least like figure it out with each other. Whatever though. Well, we'll figure it out when the time comes. Let me know your thoughts. I'll post that a little bit in the weekly challenge as well, which also leads us to next week's, or I guess this week's weekly challenge. So this was Giant's idea, and hopefully it works out. I'm only saying that because if it doesn't work out, I need somebody to throw under the bus. But we're gonna do another scavenger hunt one with a little twist on it this time. So we're not gonna be posting the pictures. Actually, we'll post the first one. So we'll post the first picture, and then the first person to get the picture will have an hour to post their own picture, and then somebody's gonna have to find that picture, and then they'll have an hour, and then it'll just keep going. I think we're also gonna do a rule where if you previously won, you have to sit out the next one, because I don't want just two people trading, like basically locations throughout the whole time, and only first place is gonna get points. Yeah, so sort of a yeah, I'm always tired. Don't worry about it. I'll take a nap when I get home. I also talk this slowly and with this many uhs on any given day, so don't worry about it. I had 2 cups of coffee this morning too. Prove locations. Most of the time, so in the past we haven't had to do any verification besides actually just having a screenshot taken by the person with it watermarked. And I think we're gonna be okay with all of that. If it comes down to it, well, there shouldn't be any exact same locations. I'll try to moderate it as well and figure that all out. Which is why I started throwing Giant under the bus, because there may be a handful of moderation in it. But we'll see what's up. Yeah, so yeah. Ed was a lot more, so a helpful tourist, Ed, was a lot more punishing in his locations that he picked, whereas I often went for a more sort of symmetric location that's also pleasing but also sort of confusing. So I'm not going to post it on stream right now because I want to give people a chance to get ready to do that. And I don't want people guessing it before I post the rules as well, because it's going to be a little bit more confusing than last time. Yeah, you got it, Lothar bot. If there's any conflictions, let me know, let Giant know, and we'll figure it out from there. Otherwise, get your 2v2 partners ready to go. You can post in main, you can post in play together. If you know somebody in the chat that you're going to want to have as your partner, feel free to message them, DM them if they're open. And get that weekly, last week's Discord challenge tournament done. We got Sirius versus Phyrexy. You could ping everyone, you could ping me. We'll host a stream if either of you guys are streaming it. We can host like a duo stream maybe even. It would actually be kind of cool to commentate it if we could do that. But we'll see what's up with that. I don't know if either of you guys stream ever. If we got both of you guys streaming, that'd be really cool to actually like have both streams up and then I don't know, do that. Yeah, so Iguana, not this week, but the following week we're gonna do a 2v2 weekly challenge tournament, similar to how we did the 1v1 this week. But I just want to give people a week to actually be aware of it, because that was sort of a downfall of last week where I noticed when I called out to say, hey everybody, you all ready to go? Like 5 people were like, I didn't know about this tournament. So I want to give people enough time to actually join in on it. So aside from that, keep an eye on our Twitter. We'll probably post a few more things about PAX coming up there. Hopefully next week we'll also have a couple of videos on how PAX went. Stay tuned for console release dates. They're coming along. But we still don't have a date for them, unfortunately, but we're figuring it out. You can do, so I'll post that in the rules too, but you can do challenge mode and Chronos Frontier missions. No custom modes or maps though, because that's just gonna get crazy. So that sounds like a plan then. Also, alright, I'm not gonna say you can't do multiplayer maps.